to India Big Seven's live 15-minute series with the industry experts. Today we have with us Mr. Deepak Gupta, who's Chief Business Officer from Bombay Shaving Company. Welcome, Mr. Gupta.
Yeah, thanks, Chitali.
So, to begin with today's session, I would first like to introduce Mr. Gupta. So, Mr. Deepak Gupta is the Chief Business Officer at Bombay Shaving Company. Prior to this, he has 10 plus year rich experience with Colgate Palmolive, wherein he was leading the regional business. He brings with him the experience of working with the world's most penetrated brand with 3.5 plus billion daily active users. Mr. Gupta also spent more than 2 years in China and headed sales operation and strategy for entire mainland China there and witnessed the tremendous mushrooming of brands that launched online and quickly scaled offline. Mr. Gupta is IIT Bombay alumnus with key experts in sales and strategy, analytics, and people science. He loves reading and traveling with an eye for history. So, welcome again, Mr. Gupta, for this session.
Thanks for lovely introduction, Chitali. Yeah.
So, first of all, we would like to hear something about your company and about your products. So.
Yeah, sure. So I think Bombay Shaving Company is a men's personal care brand. We started our journey in 2015. The company was founded in 2015, but we commercially started selling our products in 2016. I think the entire philosophy of starting the company is about uh, the men's personal care segment is underpenetrated in India still now. I think we are in business for 5 years and a lot of new brands have come up in the same space. It's underpenetrated, primarily led by shaving and perfumes or deos, right? And I think if you look at the changes happening around us, when men is in ever increasing pressure to groom better because of uh, social media presence on social media, because of professional requirement at his work setup, or even now marriage, even if you are earning a decent salary or in a like a high paying good brand name, it's difficult for men, right? So the grooming has suddenly taken a center stage in men's life. The biggest challenge what we have seen is that compared to women, men generally don't discuss about, like, you don't discuss which hair wax you have used, right? Or
True.
which poche balm you have applied or which deo you have applied, right? Compared to women, where a lot of referencing and word of mouth marketing happens, right? So there is, I think there was complete gap in kind of educating men on what products they should use and how they can groom themselves. I think that's where Bombay Shaving Company kind of originated. We started with shaving because shaving was the largest category at that point of time. Primarily, kind of the market is dominated by one player with small 2 3 players in the smaller towns, right? So I think that was an opportunity to kind of bring innovation for that suits Indian men skin, uh, behavior and cultural context, right? So we kind of bought 6 part shaving system where let me give an example. For example, most of the men in India, including we can look around our homes, kind of shave before taking bath, right? But in Western world, the people shave after taking bath, right? So you can't have a
Oh,
same system razor which is sold or kind of manufactured outside India to be kind of used on the Indian men's skin because the behavior is different, right? And there's a reason for kind of shaving after bath because your facial hair becomes soft. So, and when you kind of shave, then your skin is not impacted, right? So your skin softness, suppleness remains intact. Because over a period of time, you realize that your facial hair becomes hard, you start seeing skin bumps and a lot of other issues. But nobody has educated men on that, I think. So we kind of brought back single blade, a double-edged razor system in India. The tolerance of the razor is as uh, controlled as a Rolex watch, and this is a lifetime method. So the lifetime value of the razor is much lower than using a system. So that's where we started, and then we had a regimen approach to that, where we kind of brought in wet shaving concept in India, and then over a period of time, as our fan base started to increase, we realized that in India, the shaving is becoming infrequent for the consumer group we are targeting. So we got into beard category because people have started keeping stuff. For example, take my example, right? I shave also, and I then infrequently have started keeping beard, right? So same customer kind of have now need across two categories. So we moved into beard care, and then basically, as I said, the category is under penetrated. We moved into skincare and then bath and body care in last 4 years. So we have just launched our new set of hair oils because hair is again the largest category, and now with the growing pressure on the level of stress, what is happening around us, there's dearth of natural solution driven products in the market. So we have just launched a set of anti-graying hair oil which has curry leaves in it. We have launched a hair growth oil which has onion and bringraj in that. So kind of, so I think another core proposition which we bring in our product is we are like uh, we don't use a lot of chemicals and are superfood driven and safe for consumers to use.
I think that's a very great initiative what you have taken, and you rightly said that men generally don't discuss about
Yeah.
what thing is needs to be used and so on. So I think it's really a good initiative which you have thought of, and you started with this Bombay Shaving Company. And coming to your beard thing, I think that was Virat Kohli who started with that trend of keeping
Yeah,
up
yeah.
the beard
So
and
it's, I think
maintaining that.
Bollywood and cricket are like two of the biggest
Yeah.
influencers on the beard thing. Yeah.
So, coming talking about this current scenarios, how has your company responding, and I mean, how are you coping up with this COVID situation, or I would say this COVID crisis thing?
I will say that like this COVID crisis has its own set of phases. The first phase was in March, right, when there was
Yeah,
we were seeing that cases going elsewhere, going up, and slowly the company started kind of uh, announcing work from home for their staff. We also did that around 16th of March, and then Prime Minister kind of announced the lockdown from 23rd of March for 21 days. I think that was a phase when there was a lot of uncertainty. Like suddenly, it's like I think Indian railway system, the entire railway not functioning has never across India has never happened in the history.
yeah.
Right? So there are a lot of such examples. So for us also, it was I think that was a very uncertain period. But I think now if I look back in last 4.5 months, it has come as a blessing in disguise for us, especially in the category we are in. We have seen business growing 2x to 2.5x at pre-COVID levels. Lot of consumer demand happening in this space because consumer is at home. They're not going out, entertaining themselves for movie, holidays, travel. Everything is stopped, right? And you're not even buying new clothes or home or new bed sheet for your home, right? So where do you spend that money? Or I know income level also come down with pay cuts and job cuts, but generally, if you look at like majority of the consumer base, I think people are kind of indulging in kind of grooming and pampering themselves. So I think that has benefited us a lot. Yeah.
It has been a good time for you, if it was even if it's a COVID situation right now. The
Yeah, I
business
think,
is
and
doing
we
really
also
good.
change our strategy in between. I will talk you through and during the course of next 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, but still, as you rightly said, yes, people are not spending on the other things because they are not moving out. But yes, they are taking care of themselves with the more becoming health and their
Yeah.
own health and look conscious, I would say,
Yes.
not only
Yes.
with the health.
Yeah, I think
So,
again here the grooming is more internal when people kind of want to take
yes.
care of. I think a lot of people have grown beard, so we have seen high growth in our beard care category products. Right, we
Oh,
have launched a women razor just before lockdown because now women are not comfortable going out to salons for waxing and all. Right, so
that.
and we have launched an amazing product which we are kind of getting manufactured in Israel. Kind of brought that technology to India, so I think the innovations have been around the need of the consumer at this point of time. I think that's helping us.
That's really a good thing. You have been thinking about what the consumer is looking for at the situation, and
Yeah,
accordingly, you are innovating the products.
yeah.
Like,
And I think
so how
another
did?
thing,
Yeah.
as a company, since government of India has been pushing a lot on Atmanirbhar and Made in India, so we have kind of bought 95% of our products are made in India. So I think that has also, and we are very vocal about it. Our first product, we didn't have technology in India, so we got it made in China, just because of technology, not because of cost. We have also kind of now started manufacturing that in India with the push the government is making. So our company is committed to kind of strongly kind of push this vocal for India campaign through our products.
So this government initiative of this Atmanirbhar Bharat has really helped you as well.
Yeah.
And since you already had your own Make in India products, and since you're producing it in India only, so I think that initiative is helping you more
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
As this unlocking is in the process and markets are opening up now slowly, as we can see that. So what are your plans to and priorities on that side?
So I think, like I said, it has its own phases where there was lockdown, a lot of uncertainty. Then things started opening up. Because the the lockdown or the corona is both supply chain and demand, supply side and demand side disruption, right? So I think we kind of have spent good amount of time in last 3 months to fix the supply chain issues, because suddenly you realize that the labor has gone back, so there's the productivity has come down. Suddenly your factory area become a containment zone, so everything stops for 14 days. Raw material, packaging material availability becomes a challenge. So I think we have done a lot of work on the supply side to fix all those issues. So I will say there's big unlocking happen for us from the supply side. Like I said, demand for our category has been very encouraging. So we have done a lot of work in fixing that. On the demand side, we continue to remain aggressive in terms of launching new products. So you'll not believe we have launched 10 products in last 4 months uh, during lockdown, and now in the unlocking 1.0 and unlocking 2.0. Right, so we have launched set of new hair oils. We have launched a beard color. Again, all these are do it yourself, right? Because you want to kind of be at home and find a solution. People are keeping beard, but I think a lot of people are keeping first time realize there is a white speck in their beard, right? So we have launched a beard color which has amla and neem in that. So I think a lot of innovation has happened around that. We have launched a woman razor. We also launched a couple of health and hygiene products, sanitizers and all that. So, and third piece is people. I think we have kind of spent a lot of time in training, retraining our people to adjust to the new reality, uh, and kind of reskilling them on some of the future needs. We continue to hire people, as I think we are very uh, aggressive on the growth in coming months. So we have continued to hire people and kind of strengthen the intellectual property in the company. Yeah.
The last thing was really very important when you say that you are with the growth aspect, you are also looking for more people and hiring, because
Yeah.
at this moment, I think people are looking at further more employment opportunities and Make in India. I think so. You are going with both what the government initiatives have been there, like. So, as you were mentioning about your new product launches, and also, is there any specific innovative product wherein, as you also mentioned earlier about not using chemicals and things like that? And so, what are exactly the products that you are using
Yeah.
to launch these products?
I think let me give example of shaving foam, right? So I think you would have seen in your family or your friends, like generally shaving is a boring category, right? It's like morning brushing activity when you get up in the morning, and sometimes now I think people are working from home, but like generally you kind of want to clean yourself and then look more presentable and then go to office. That's typical men's routine, right? Like there's no time for cosmetics and all, right? So and we realize that not much innovation has happened in the category overall. So we have recently launched superfood based colorful shaving foams. So you will not imagine that you will feel like eating the shaving foam coming out from the can, like you feel like ice cream. So we have apple cider vinegar shaving foam, which is orangish in color. You have a coffee shaving foam, that's like coffee in color. Then you have turmeric shaving foam, which is turmeric in color, and then you have oatmeal based shaving foam for sensitive skin, right? So and so we are kind of taking the superfood natural philosophy into the products and kind of making consumer indulge into that, right? Second innovation which I was talking to you about, the woman razor Defender for her, which we have launched recently. It's again, the technology is very different. It was typical to men where the surface area is only your face, right? The woman has a large surface area to shave, right? And generally, a lot of new consumers from and the women are coming to shave now because waxing is painful. They can't go to salons, and so we have kind of developed the anti-clog razor. So it doesn't clog, right? Depending on the surface area, you are able to shave much more area in lesser amount of time without any cuts and clogging, right? So that's the technology we have brought to the category. And the new set of hair oils which I was talking about, it has ingredients like curry leaves for anti-graying, like onion and bringraj for hair growth, castor oil for to prevent the hair oil, and avocado for everyday use and provide nourishment to your. So I think there's a lot of innovation around superfood and natural ingredients which we have done in our products, especially the new launches which we have done in last 4 months.
Uh, I think these are really good ones. I mean, I don't think anyone would have even imagined of having something like a shaving cream in those many flavors, or like oatmeal and all is really a completely a different strategy, I would say, or a different product. Whoever would be buying those things and using, I'm sure they would be also surprised to see such kind of raw
Yeah,
products.
because I think health and wellness is kind of becoming a big trend globally and in India also, right? So, and we are in the category which has largely been ignored because there are not many players in the to disrupt the category. I think whatever has been manufactured globally kind of is being served to the Indian consumer. So we are trying to change that. So we are I will say we are a challenger brand in one sense, kind of growing the category which is overall men's personal care, and then within shaving is to kind of change the give consumer a much more delight and taking care of their daily needs in a more effective way.
So you mentioned that you launched for the ladies, the products which you launched were just few days before the lockdown.
Yeah.
So are you getting, I mean, was there any kind of a promotional activity or something you did wherein are you still getting the demand for those products, or is it because you of course mentioned for the men products, you got a good response and you're still the businesses was growing because of there was a demand. But since for these ladies thing, as you said about the blades and all, so people were not aware of that. So are you still getting the demand for those products as well?
I think so. Women shaving category is largely 150 to 100 crore category, but it's growing at a fast pace, just because of the reason I think. Uh, so I think there were two trends. Earlier, the trend was that now you want to go for a party and you don't have time to go to the salon. You want to quickly shave, right, the unwanted hair. Then second is now during the lockdown, the salons are closed. So even a lot of consumers are migrating to kind of now doing it yourself, where razor comes handy. The biggest concern in this category for the women is that once you use the razor, you will have a harder hair on your skin, right? I think
That's
and that has come in our consumer insights again and again when we have kind of spoken to the consumers. So, but I think that's more because of the cultural traditional context uh, uh, where kind of this has been bought in kind of in our generation that shaving is not good for hair. But we realize that once consumers start using it, the kind of convenience and the effortless result kind of overweighs all our other factors, right? So, like I told you that the unique selling point of a product is that it doesn't clog, because when you have a large surface area, you will continue to kind of unclog the razor by using the water and all. Second is it doesn't give you cuts, uh, and third is you do it with much faster speed, right? I think these are the three pain areas which we have solved, which was not there in the other razors available in the market, and that has helped us to kind of sell more than what we have forecasted. So you will not believe that we had launched the razor on 21st of March, just before lockdown, and we got out of stock in a month's time, and then there was a lockdown, so we remained out of stock for a month or so, and now we are back in stock, and you will see a lot of So we have roped in a lot of influencers, women influencers, to kind of talk about the features of the product to the consumers on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Nika, and we'll continue to do it. Yeah. I think Nika will be a big channel for this on online as well.
Within the launch and before the lockdown, almost you were like out of stock. So I'm sure after the lockdown, the demand would have been almost 2x or 3x, I would say,
Yeah, yeah.
for those.
I think it's very encouraging results since launch. Yeah.
Are you like, I mean, definitely you must be getting the feedback and all. And as you mentioned about your food based or even with like onion, brinjal and all those kind of things. So are you also getting some kind of a request or something wherein people are saying, say, for example, if I'm the customer and I would
Yeah.
say what all you can do it as a for a hair fall or anything kind of a thing. So are you also taking consideration into these feedbacks and then making the products separately, or how it is
Yeah.
like?
So I think like I will take two examples. One is from the woman category and since from the shaving, and second is let me talk about beard, right? So one of the biggest challenge in the beard category is growth because a lot of people, and like you said, the trend has been kind of brought to India by Bollywood and cricket, right?
Yeah.
So and a lot of teenagers kind of want to keep beard, but the problem with a lot of consumers is that they start getting patchy beard. So you have hair in certain parts of your face and somewhere it's not there, and the beard growth is one of the bigger challenge. So we realize that only consumable enough, which is a beard growth oil, is not enough to kind of. So we need to have certain ingredients to help that. So we launch a onion based beard growth oil because onion is one of the leading ingredient that helps to stimulate the hair growth. Secondly, we kind of brought a roller. There's a titanium roller that has more than 540 needles that kind of goes into your facial follicles and kind of stimulates the hair growth. And so basically, we are again, like I told you, as a company, we are selling the regimen. We are not selling a product. So we are telling consumer that if you really want to solve this problem, just applying the oil is not important. So there's a right oil with onion, and there is an activator that helps you stimulate the growth, right? So I think so. These are the kind of innovation we do depending on what consumer need from us. Yeah. And on the women razor category, I think now a lot of consumers are reaching out to us for shaving foam, right? So because generally, if you see the razor category is going, but not of gap in the shaving foam market. So, but again, I think as a woman, generally shaving foam as a concept is not grown, right? So if you can bring something which kind of suits the behavior of how women use a product, and making it more safe and natural is something we are working on. Yeah.
Taking the feedback and then it's like kind of a consultative approach is what I would say, which you have been doing it. And because educating people like what and when it needs to be used is very important. Otherwise, as you rightly said, yes, in women, people are still, I mean, I would say like they're not still very keen or very okay with the shaving foam kind of a thing, because I don't know how many of them would be still using it or would start using those things. But yes, when they are aware of like this is not going to affect or it is going to be really
Yeah.
helpful and useful, definitely then it will be again in a demand like.
And it's also breaking a myth, right? It's like that shaving foam is only for men, right? So
Exactly. That's what I said. So once they know that okay, this
yeah,
is not harmful and it is really going to help, then definitely it will be in a great demand for
yeah.
sure. So, of course, yeah, we got to know about your products and all. So we just wanted to know how would be other trade shows or a platform like Big Seven is helping to grow your business, or how you take it like.
Like Big Seven and other platforms, I will say I think they do a great job. Personally, I think after spending time in China, uh, I think India is like highly underserved or underpenetrated with respect to kind of doing exhibitions at scale. And I think a big round of kind of applause to all of you to kind of continue to kind of provide these platforms to brands like us, because I think it helps us in a multiple ways. One is it helps us to bring our new innovations visible on a larger platform, which is both national and international. Second is bring it actually help us to know other competitors and brands in the industry, what they are doing. So I think it gives a platform to interact with a lot of other stakeholders in the ecosystem we work with, even manufacturer, uh, suppliers, like the entire ecosystem. And third is, yeah, obviously connecting us to the prospective clients, right? Who again, who are looking for innovations, or who are looking for gifting solutions, or who are looking for somebody for their distributors, their customers. I think they kind of, this help us to kind of bridge the gap in kind of reaching to them. So I think it helps us in big way, and we always look forward to participating. So in
Thank you
fact,
so
we, given COVID, I think it has not happened for last five months, right? They're not platform, but we have been we just participated in a virtual expo. So I think we, as a brand, we believe that these platforms are important, and will continue to kind of invest time and effort towards uh, making our presence felt there. Yeah.
the trade shows are helping to grow the business, and definitely we would be
I will say
welcoming
that
you
we
again
should do
at
more of it.
7.
India is definitely underpenetrated in trade shows.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So, any message for our industry colleagues and our viewers you would like to give?
uh, like I said, this entire last 5 6 months have been very different for all of us. It has taught us new things. It has brought a lot of behavioral changes. We are working from home, a lot of us, and there's this lot of negativity around in terms of number of cases, deaths, and like further aggravated by floods, earthquakes, and a lot of other stuff. I think the larger message I want to give is to remain positive and continue to take care of your health and your employees' health. That's very important, because all of us are going through different level of stress. And on the business front, I see there's a lot of recovery happening. At least in the space we are in, we are seeing a lot of positive demand. But overall, also, I think there's a lot of recovery happening on the demand side. So continue to kind of uh, be visible, be available, and stay connected to your customers and consumers to kind of continue to grow your business. And I think important to be agile, because agility help you kind of stay ahead of the curve, and you will be able to make maximum use of the crisis and convert that into an opportunity. And all the best to Big Seven for the upcoming expo. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gupta. I think it was really a very wonderful insights and a very good message for the industry. And yes, there are a lot of things which has been happening in 2020, but we need to be positive and look ahead for more positive things to come in. And would like to thank you for giving your time. And we are very happy to know about all your initiatives and the innovative products. So thank you for being part of this 15 minutes live series.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to have you at this platform.
Thanks, Shedali. I think pleasure talking to you, and thanks for inviting. Stay
Thank
safe.
you so much.
Yeah.
Watching this, and stay tuned as we will be back with more such series with more industry experts. Stay safe.